Hey, welcome to the IT department.
That was quite loud, actually.
I know, it was very loud. This soundtrack is very loud, but it's a cool soundtrack.
It is a good soundtrack.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, welcome to the podcast, everyone. I hope my voice isn't too quiet. I'll probably listen to this later.
You should be fine.
Yeah, I should be fine.
All right, yeah. So this is the IT department. It's a podcast about very many
nerd
geeky
stuff
and nerdy things.
Yes. The IT department actually stands for our names. We have Ian over there, and you have me talking Tim. Mm-hmm. So it's I and T, and then
IT department.
Yeah,
we came up with that on the spot. I was actually frankly surprised.
Yeah, it was quite.
We were
nice.
we were very satisfied.
All right, so all I have listed down because first what is the segment we do?
Yeah, segment.
is the maintenance, because all of our segments are based on different business departments.
Yeah.
First segment is maintenance department, and that's all we really have.
Yeah, because our news because this being our first cast.
We don't really have
our news was the introduction of the guest.
Yeah,
and
our news isn't
what our name means.
So let's head into the next segment. How about we go into research and development?
Yeah, welcome to the R&D department,
which is basically just some random nerd stuff we found.
What do you got, Tim?
So my first thing is the new Star Wars trilogy. You told me you knew about that a little bit.
Yeah, I had read something the other.
But you know, they're not just doing a Star Wars trilogy. They're doing a Star Wars live-action TV show.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I did not hear that. What's going on there?
We don't know.
Oh, they just said that they were
Best hope is it's not on ABC. If it's on ABC, it's ruined.
Oh, yeah, because,
How about it's on Freeform? Because that'll be even worse.
What? No, it won't be ABC. Actually, it could be ABC. I don't know.
I don't know.
Could be Netflix. I don't know what Disney wants to do.
Well, Disney's going to leave Netflix by 2019.
So. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, because Disney thinks Netflix is their biggest competition right now.
You see, research and development is also news for me too. It's not exclusively.
Basically, the director of The Last Jedi has been given the ability to create his own Star Wars trilogy.
I did read that. It was Rian Johnson.
Yeah, Rian Johnson. And we don't know what time period it is, but it's not going to take place with anything we know that's been like anywhere near any of the movies.
Okay.
So it might be far into the future. I hope not, but I'm hoping it's going to be like Old Republic.
Old Republic would be very cool.
Yes.
I mean, like, I saw something the other day.
And also, it's not going to be part of any of the Skywalker saga.
Okay, separate thing. Yeah, because I saw a funny thing the other day. I was like, video games in one sentence. Mm-hmm. And this, like, text-to-speech voice reads, describes a video game in one sentence, and he got to Knights of the Old Republic. And he's just like, the cutscenes for this game are so good, they might as well make a movie series.
Yeah,
and it's like,
really
I wouldn't mind.
Okay. Yeah. So, what do you got?
The first thing I had was the Call of Duty World War II.
Is that the loading simulator?
Yeah, I've seen most of all those internet.
I don't really play Call of Duty, so
I haven't played a Call of Duty since Black Ops 2 back in 2012.
I don't know,
and that was the last Call of Duty that was bought.
Yeah,
as it were, that I bought, and I just refused to. Well, I did watch. I never really. Because usually we like to joke about like Ubisoft with like downgrading of their games.
Yeah.
And their graphics. But I had seen someone do a comparison footage of COD World War II. Like, between, like, what you see in the trailers and, like, the retail game on, like, the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
And I was actually sort of surprised with the graphical downgrade. But, of course, it's like, if that may not, ruin an experience for me, because, graphics aren't everything in games, of course. But I was actually sort of surprised, and I'm not sure if that's just a difference between...
Well, still, there's some things that can make in, like, film editors and other things.
Yeah, there's a certain extent of, like, pre-rendering, cutscenes for trailers. That happens a lot. But I'm wondering if it's a PC to console thing, or if it's, like, across all the systems, and then, like, just in the trailers it looks... Yeah, but I don't know. There was that.
Well, I do quite like World War II games. That doesn't mean I know about COD World
War
II.
Nuts, but...
but my favorite one... I have two World War II games I'm playing right now. Hearts of Iron 4, which is a big strategy game, and I love strategy games. And then there's Dino D-Day.
That's right. You had told me like funny things about both of those.
I had finally gotten to play as a T-Rex, and it was amazing. Yeah. And then, but I only played solo, and I've played the game for like 8 hours, sadly. Yeah. And I've played solo I played solo for 6 of them, and then the last 2 hours I decided let's do a multiplayer for the first time. Yeah. And I got the achievement Bite the Hand That Feeds You, because I killed a developer of the game. And that's the second
Really?
That's the second most received achievement on Steam, though.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like a big thing.
Okay.
But because I barely played I'd never played online before. It seemed like I was a noob because I just barely got that achievement. I also didn't know how to switch weapons, which is the most received achievement. I had achievements that only 0.2% of the population has done, but I had not received the achievement that 7% of the game population has done.
That was interesting.
Yeah, because I just...
Lucky you, man, yeah.
But the thing is, I got into a game with one of the developers. He was called Bone something, because it was Halloween. Mm-hmm. And what would happen is there's a certain dot on one of the levels, and inside the dot there's mosasaurs, but part of the dot's closed off, and so so one side's the allies, and they'll shoot the dinosaurs as they run into the dot. And so I was the Microraptor. I can fly, so I flew over there into the part that I can't reach normally, because there's like things that prevent you going to their spawn zone, and this is one of their spawn zones.
Right. So
I fly over there. Dilophosaurs don't spit. Microraptors do. Spit in the guy's face and scratch him, he dies. And over there hanging around, he comes back and shoots me. And so we got into a game, so much so when we switched teams and I was allies, I would run over there, and then I'm like, maybe he'll do this, maybe he won't. He immediately became the right Microraptor and flew across. It was pretty great, honestly.
Hey, yeah, this is nice.
And so, yeah, that's about it. Honest, COD World War II, that's it. Loading simulator. Also, I forgot to mention this, but did you see the thing about one second. My computer's being done.
Notifications.
Oh, Windows Defender antivirus did not find any threats. Oh, thank you.
Well, that's good.
My device was scanned one time. Over the entire time I've had this computer for over a year. Well, anyway, you know GameStop had a pre-order special for COD World War II? You know what it was? Unlocked all weapons for multiplayer.
Ew! Speaking of shady video game business. I don't like that.
All right, so
that was a pre-order bonus.
Pre-order bonus. All weapons available for.
How much was it?
It was free. If you pre-ordered the game, it came free. All weapons available multiplayer.
But just any pre-order.
Any pre-order. That's so dumb.
I'm not. Oh god.
All right, so I'm going to touch on this briefly. Just some other video game news. Mario Odyssey. That came out a while ago.
Yeah.
We just barely did the podcast, so we haven't talked about it. But Mario Odyssey. Have you read the reviews for it? Considered probably the best game.
Actually, I have seen friends that they've made a comparison. It's sort of like a blend of your Super Mario Bros. And Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I played with Trevor, and there's a 2-player mode, so I was able to play as the Hat, and he was Mario. It was really fun. But the thing is, you know how people like saying, oh, it's a huge open world game? It didn't seem that much open world to me. Because each thing is split up into kingdoms, and like New Dock City, which is supposed to be like New York City, I thought was going to be huge. It's just like 3 blocks, or maybe like 5 blocks actually, but like it's squared off kind of, so you can't reach the rest of the city. Gotcha. There's like a big line of things. It's still really big. There's still a lot to explore. There's a whole underground level you can go into, and like it's still really big. But I'm like, this is not what I expected. I was expecting more Breath of the Wild, second biggest game world ever, and I still haven't played Breath of the Wild.
But I guess it's pretty cool to see Nintendo doing this more kind of open world type of game. Yeah.
With the reviews, it is Mario Odyssey is considered by many the best game of all time by composite review stores. And the running for best game of all time are, let's see, it goes Mario Odyssey, Mario Galaxy, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Mario Galaxy 2, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. So the top
Nintendo's got either way. Nintendo wins.
Either way, Nintendo wins. Top 5 best games ever. But honestly, also game of the year. It's really between Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild as well.
Well, either way, Nintendo wins.
Yeah,
I wonder if they know that because it's because they have like separate studios within.
Oh yeah, they have separate studios.
So it'll just be like a little competition within Nintendo. It's is it the Zelda team?
Well, like what happens is they said, because recently in one of their games for the Wii U and 3DS, in the Wii U Mario game, they had a guy with a purple rabbit hat called Nabbit who would steal certain power-ups from enemies. And then in the Zelda game, the guy called Ravio who wore a purple rabbit costume. And everyone's like, whoa, what happened? You just died 2 ideas? And then they said, Zelda and Mario worked on separate floors. Oh. So how did this happen? Nobody knows. Nope. Also, Nabbit has a badge that he holds around everywhere. Ravio has a badge of money that he loves. In the final cutscene of the game, he's seen running away with the badge of money. So basically the same character, just different universes.
Yeah.
All right, so that's based.
Was it you that told me that as Mario you can dress up as Luigi?
Oh yeah, with the Luigi. So you can have a ton of costumes. Mario can have sombrero, a poncho. He can be naked. He can be Waluigi.
Should you so desire.
But
at your own discretion.
With each bodysuit has a description on it.
Yeah.
And Luigi, it says a green cap with a little L on it. The L stands for winner.
Right.
And the Waluigi one says barely used.
Oh.
Then they have a Diddy Kong one where it gives you a tail. And it gives you a Nintendo cap with big monkey ears.
Okay.
It's pretty weird.
I do have some other stuff.
All right, you go.
I read Harry Potter Go.
So I can Harry Potter go to the polls now?
Is it? Yes. That's a thing. Is it? I think I read it was the same developers as Pokemon Go as well.
It might be. I don't know.
Yeah, or
Niantic?
something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I just it's like, oh well, that was.
So is it basically like Pokemon Go except you fight people with wands?
I don't know. I just read.
Or is it like Pokemon Go where you take your wand and you have to catch spells in the wild?
I really didn't read about exactly what it was about. I just seen that Harry Potter Go was a thing.
So it's a smartphone app as well.
I assume so.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
If you're on the go, I mean, you're.
Is it called Harry Potter Go? Or is it called something else?
It has a different name, but of course, because it's the same developer and similar in concept to Pokemon Go, people have applied that label. To the game,
I would too.
That similar thing.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Apply the label. All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about Harry Potter Go? Any Harry Potter stuff?
No. Well, I admittedly. I'm not big of a Harry Potter person.
You know what? I've been telling to my mom, I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan anymore. I'm like, I'm not as big as a fan anymore. They'll play Harry Potter, seen it, and I'll dominate. Because it's seen it, and
there's a...
And it'll be like, who said this spell? Ron Weasley! And I'll win instantly. And my mom's like, Tim, you say you're not a Harry Potter fan. I'm like, Mom, I just have useless knowledge in my brain all the time. How do you think I know about... Because we were playing, like... For example, I told my mom I had useless information in my brain, and one example I gave to her was we were playing Star Wars trivia, and it talked about the meeting of the Separatists in Episode 2, and my mom and dad were like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's when the Techno-Union guys were and they looked at me like,
the banking clan.
The banking clan. They looked at me like, "What is wrong with you, Tim? What kind of disease is in your brain?"
Well, there's this I have nothing against Harry Potter. It's just I was never raised.
My parents would buy Harry Potter books the day they came out, and I have a fond memory of me watching cartoons and going around my TV. Because in our basement we had the entertainment center and then stuff behind it as well. Because we had we had a wall, and then the entertainment center on the wall, and behind the wall we had a piano. I went over to see what my mom was doing behind the wall, and she was on the floor reading Harry Potter. Because the book just came out the other day, and she was halfway through it.
Oh my!
I'm like, huh. Are you obsessed or something?
Is it as much as we are with Star Wars?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can admit I am obsessed with Star Wars. Okay, next piece of news. So, did you know about the rumors of Pacific Rim and Godzilla crossover?
I'd seen something.
Yeah,
about that.
Because they're by the same studio and everything. There's rumors. They've been shut down. The producer of Pacific Rim 2 said no.
As rumors tend to be. Well, I'm not. I wouldn't go for that. I think that I would prefer to have this new Godzilla film series and the Pacific Rim be a separate.
I would think
separate entities.
Once the Godzilla series over, then we can see it.
Yeah, I'd be more willing for that. Yeah, just to have them finish their little bit there with have Godzilla fight King Kong, and then
something about that I'd heard. That it's old, but I haven't told you. I forgot.
Yeah.
But basically, the director of Godzilla vs. Kong, which is coming out 2020, said there will be a definitive winner. No ties, nothing like they both collapse at the same time.
Oh, just
one monster will be on top. And me and my friends, not you, I didn't talk to you about it because I didn't talk to you about it in the podcast. Mm-hmm. But we all made an agreement: if Godzilla loses, we're rioting in the streets.
So where do we riot?
We go to the director's house. I don't know who it is. I don't care. We go to his house and just say, "Not my kaiju."
No. No. How about we can go to
Where's Time Warner? Or no, it's Universal.
Let's go to Hollywood Boulevard and go to Godzilla's star and just like set up a protest thing. It's like, you should have won.
Like, he's our real winner. And just have a guy dressed in a Godzilla costume, like those big old T-Rex costume for Halloween, the inflatable ones. Just have him running around.
Well, there are inflatable Godzilla costumes.
Oh yeah,
as well.
I would think
it's
so.
like different. Like it's probably the same people that make the.
You know, my
T-Rex things.
dad had a friend, and his wife said, when she first came to his house, she's noticed two things: his life-size He-Man statue,
Oh right, yeah.
and his inflatable Godzilla thing for the 1998 movie. It was 6 foot tall inflatable Godzilla.
Oh my gosh!
But it was from the 1998 movie, so it was trash.
Never. It was Mr. Roland Emmerich. Oh dear.
Ferris Bueller. He's my favorite worm guy. He's the worm guy.
He's the worm guy.
He's the worm guy.
What's his name in the movie? It's like Dr. Nico
Yeah, the one that no one can pronounce. Dr. Nico
That's Nico Topopopoulos, or
he's the one that found out this thing's just a mutated iguana that likes fish. And then the French come in. Why do the French have to come in?
I don't know what the French. I don't know where the
So I
French
started watching Zoo. Have you watched Zoo before?
No.
It's a movie where it's like Planet of the Apes, but all animals decide, hey, let's not let humans do this.
Okay.
Like horses and lions and cats and bats and everything. That's all I've seen. I'm 3 episodes in, and already the French Secret Service are kind of like, why is everything the French Secret Service? Like, the French are that good. Why did they get their own Secret Service?
Hey, what about our French viewers? Assuming we have any.
Well, we know Jackson. He's Canadian. He can probably reach out to some French people.
Really? This is Quebec.
He's on the west side, so he actually hates the French people. Because the west is all the actual Canadians, and then the east side is just the Quebecans who want to leave Canada and become their own country, and they're all French and he hates them.
We don't discriminate against French or Canadian people.
So I'm actually slightly bit French, like
You have some
1%
French blood?
Like if they could see it, I'm like making a very small thing on my hand. But I have some French blood. But my great grandma insists.
So like this
French.
much?
I hate you. If you don't know, he did that little circle thing where you put it below your waist so he don't punch me. I hate him. Ouch.
Got you.
But my great grandma insists we're not French. We're French Canadian.
Oh,
which is completely different in some way.
Oh, somebody that we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
so
that's fair.
Is there?
I don't have anything else for R&D.
It says stories. About
Well, there's something that I'd like to that can be a focus another time.
It's coming out in the next week.
Yeah, so that can be.
But we won't have played it. I'm not getting it.
No, but it's just I'm just saying we can.
Oh yeah,
talk.
You're picking the topic next week, so you say it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we can change it. Spoilers.
Oh no, not the spoilers.
Anyway, it's time for the mandatory meeting.
No, not yet. I have one more thing.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Okay. Sorry.
Mandatory meeting delayed for a couple more minutes.
We've had a delay. Okay.
All right. So basically, I have one more thing for R&D, and that's a Fox Disney merger.
Well, I heard that was shut down.
It's still slightly going.
Okay, yeah.
But because they don't know if it's exactly legal yet. Like AT&T was trying to buy Time Warner.
Oh,
and
okay.
the Department of Justice said, "Don't do that. That's done being monopoly."
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what I had seen from the Disney 20th Century Fox thing was that there were rumors of talks going on.
Oh, they were talking.
And then I had read that.
the talks were like on and off.
Yeah, the talks had been, that they had ended the talks.
Oh, they've ended the talks and start talking again. Ended it, start talking again. It's weird.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Let's see. So basically, did I tell you everything Disney wanted to buy?
No, I didn't know what they wanted. Yeah.
They wanted to buy everything except the FX network, Fox News, and Fox Sports. So basically, everything that's important. What they would be getting is they'd be getting MASH, which is a multi-billion-dollar show. I think.
Right.
X-Men, Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Planet of the Apes.
Oh yeah.
So they were planning on making another Planet of the Apes movie after war, which was going to be focusing on different ape tribes. Because it's revealed in the movie, spoilers, that there are other...
Yeah, spoilers for War for the Planet of the Apes.
Well, not too much. Just that there are other intelligent ape tribes throughout the world. The disease has made more than just Caesar's tribe smart. So the movie is going to focus on
I guess that's not really a War for the Planet of the Apes spoiler. That's really like if you had been paying attention in the movies anyway. If you've been paying attention
slightly, you would probably know that.
Yeah, but you remember that intro cutscene?
But the thing is, the disease is done everywhere. The apes done smart. So the movie would have focused on tribes from other apes around the world and them infighting, basically. Like not like war where it's apes versus humans, or Dawn where it's apes versus humans, or like some apes versus humans as well versus
people versus these things, entities versus entities.
But this one would just be apes versus apes, which I quite like because.
And that would be within the same universe.
In the same universe, okay. Yeah. And it's also quite different from what we see from the original movies as well. Yeah. Because in the original movies, first one's ape versus like the one human that randomly landed on the planet. Second one's about apes versus the mutated humans. And then the third one is apes travel back in time. They party around a bit. I hate the third movie so much.
Party.
And then hour and 20 minutes pass, and then it's 2 apes and a baby versus the entire U.S. government.
And baby?
Yeah. Basically, intelligent apes from the future travel back in time, and one of them's pregnant, and the U.S. government finds out that, hey, apes will eventually take over the planet. So they say, kill the baby so it can't kill us later.
Oh, okay.
And so what they do is they go to a circus where chimpanzees' babies have been born, switch them, go into an abandoned ship, and the justice guy runs the science department of the government shoots all 3 of them dead.
Oh my!
And then gets shot dead by one of the apes.
Oh shoot!
And then, but like they have this like poor innocent chimpanzee baby that isn't even intelligent, and the girl ape's holding it, and she like trips over and it falls down, and then shoots it 5 times.
Ooh, gruesome!
And like you don't see the blood, you just see like the dead, like lifeless thing, and then she drops it into the water and just sinks. Or I don't think it just floats, and and then the police continue to shoot at it. I'm like, stop! It's dead. It's a baby. And then the fourth one is the enslaved apes, because the thing is, the apes brought a disease from space that killed all dogs and cats, and people were like, we need pets, so they brought in apes.
Oh, eventually, yeah, right. You told me about this.
And eventually, they start enslaving the apes, and the normal timeline is it took 200 years for the apes to gain enough intelligence to say no. Which is what his masters had told him before. Then the ape revolution came up. Right. But with the intelligent ape in the society, his master from the circus is keeping him away from cities so people don't find him.
Okay.
They go to a city. He says something about the humans, you dirty human bastards, I think he says.
Yeah.
And then he gets in trouble, runs away, joins the slave ape society, and then when he finds out his master's been killed, he gets all mad, and then I don't remember who does after that. Oh wait, he gets all mad, starts the apes on a revolution, and it's a really cool scene because you're in this futuristic city. It's all dark, and you have these like people with riot police, and these apes come in and they like light stuff on fire, and they start shooting people, and then apes come from behind and start beating them, and then you see the entire city and then the last scene, the entire city is crumbling, and Caesar, which is the intelligent ape in that series as well, he starts taking a speech how we will form our own dynasties, our own religions, our own society, and that day is upon you now.
Very epic.
And then one of the apes says, no. There's a girl ape, and she like quietly says no because she's just learning to talk. And then he kind of backs down, realizing, hey, we can live in peace with humans and say, but let us be more humane than human masters. Let us put down our weapons. And then basically what happens is the humans go into nuclear war. And in the 5th movie, it's kind of ape versus human. The mutated humans living under the city are discovered apes that are like looking for some tapes of the Caesar's parents.
Yeah.
Caesar returns to the city. He finds out the gorilla named Aldo. His gorillas in this universe are very militaristic.
Yeah.
And he's basically declared martial law and has been like rounding up all the humans. He hates humans. And then Caesar's son is playing around one day, and then he hears Aldo's task to assassinate Caesar, finds his son, and then cuts off his branch that he's in a tree, and he falls to his death and dies. And then Caesar's all sad in his house. The humans start attacking. Aldo declares militia law right there, rounds up all the humans, forces them into cages, and then fights the humans, which they lose to a bit. Caesar comes out with machine gun shells, and then he runs back, and then they are able to kill the humans by all playing dead. It's a stupid scene. And then when Caesar's about to tell the humans, get out, let the humans out, Aldo says, no, the humans are bad. And then one guy points out, hey, he killed your son. And then all of a sudden, ape has killed ape, and then Caesar pushes him off a tree. And that's it. Okay. So...
There was a brief segue into Planet of the Apes series from the Disney 20th Century Fox deal.
Yeah, well, they would also get that, and then they would also get, like, Alien and Predator, which is not stuff Disney needs.
Well, yeah, as far as that should stay...
That should stay Fox. The thing is, one person brought up, Fox is more experimental with movies. Disney likes cookie-cutter movies. Like, my problem with Star Wars Awakens, it's too cookie-cutter for me. It, like, follows the, like, what they knew would do good. Like, New Hope, everyone knows. Like,
that's similar.
Let's just do that.
Similar formula kind of deal.
So I'm hoping Last Jedi is different, because I read an article recently about how Disney has stopped the Star Wars experimentation completely. And now George Lucas didn't like Force Awakens because not enough new was introduced. Like, in Episode 5, he introduced Kantons, Wampas, Ice Planet, the Big Old Walkers. He introduced so much new in that one movie. And this one, we got a desert planet like we did in Episode 4.
So,
we got an ice planet. We just got the same planets and the same people. Not a lot of new stuff. The same kind of archetypes.
So Disney said that they're not doing it, or they are doing experimentation?
It was some article saying how Disney's kind of stopped the era of Star Wars experimentation.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just get that clarified. Okay.
All right. And so, now it's time for the...
mandatory meeting.
Yeah. Our boss has called us over to talk about... What are we talking about, Ian?
Today, we're talking about... Our main topic for this podcast is Thor Ragnarok.
Okay. So, do we want to go no spoilers for a little bit and then go full spoilers?
Yeah, we'll have a non-spoiler section.
All right. Yeah. So, what did you think of the movie so far? This is non-spoilers. What do you think of the movie?
Yeah, non-spoiler section. It is, without a doubt, my favorite Thor movie.
It is also my favorite Thor movie.
Yeah, I mean, there was... It was kind of weird, like, leaving the theater, and I was just like, I may have laughed more in this movie than I did in both Guardians of the Galaxy. Not combined. No, not combined, but I mean, like, in the first Guardians, you laugh a bunch, and then the second Guardians...
You laugh a bunch.
You laugh a bunch, and I was just like, did I laugh more in Thor Ragnarok than...
Probably.
Which is fine, because, I mean, I'm not expecting, I'm not expecting myself to laugh at the same amount of time for each and every move. Like, there's not this standard of laughing per se. But I just remember thinking that afterwards, and I was just like, dang, I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah,
because there was, as a whole, because there's that thing with Dark World. Because I consider the second phase of Marvel to be the one that struggled the most.
Probably, yeah.
Because you had your first phase, which was very very successful, and then phase 2 of Marvel was Marvel like trying to find that sweet spot for making a good sequel.
Well, you see, the problem with most movies with me of phase 2 is the Avengers are together. Why don't they call more of the Avengers to help? But Thor: Dark World, a giant spire falls from the sky. Why does Iron Man, Captain America, or anyone else?
There's that kind of inconsistency.
Captain America 2, the whole big all 3 helicopters fall down Washington D.C. Iron Man never shows up.
Yeah.
It's just Captain America and Falcon, which no one really cared about Falcon back then, but still.
Cut the check.
And then Iron Man 3, isn't the president kidnapped? I've not seen that one.
You haven't seen Iron Man 3?
I've told you before. That's the only Marvel movie I haven't seen.
Oh, well, yeah. The president is kidnapped in Iron Man 3, yeah.
Yeah. So why doesn't Captain America care? Especially Captain America. He's supposed to be the American guy.
Yeah.
The president's been kidnapped. Yeah. Care a little.
Okay. Yeah, but definitely, Marvel's definitely figured out now how to do a proper sequel that enriches the universe that they're building. Of course, building up to Infinity War.
Yeah.
And while also making a movie that is able to stand on its own very well.
Yeah.
I mean, you could watch Thor Ragnarok on its own and be lost, in a few places. Sure, there's references and details but you could watch Thor Ragnarok and have it be like your first Marvel movie. And it's like, that was a fun ride, and I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So, I just really enjoyed the movie, and I want to see it as many times as I can in theaters.
I especially like how in Phase 3 so far, there's been a lot of team ups in a sense, like not like Black Panther is gonna be what I would call a very Phase 1 movie. I'm typing this out of someone from my other podcast I listen to.
Yeah,
because it looks like a very Phase 1 movie, as he says, and from my point of view, he's right, because he says stuff like, "Oh, it's just Black Panther's first movie. We're learning all about him and his backstory and everything." Like, yeah, it's gonna be a Phase 1 movie, but like with most Phase 3 movies right now, there's actually been other Marvel characters in it.
Yeah,
like more than just, oh, we're introducing this guy in there. Like Captain America 3, everyone was in there besides Thor and Hulk. Thor 3, there was Thor and Hulk.
Yeah,
it was great. And there's other characters which we won't talk about now.
Even though in the spoiler section.
Even though he was in the international trailer, we're not going to talk about who it is.
Right. Well, wink. I suppose I should say for those who have not seen the film, or I guess did not recognize the music that I was blasting at the beginning. that was the Thor Ragnarok theme when the logo appears in the movie, and I just decided to be
honestly that could be a really good intro, as long as it sounds good on the recording.
Well, yes, it's if only it was ours, which it isn't. So
yeah,
we couldn't use it officially as our intro, of course, because we are not saying that we own the music to Thor Ragnarok.
I'm saying we own the music to Thor Ragnarok. He's not.
Tim, we can't do that.
All right, let's see.
I don't want to get into a copyright battle.
All right, so do we want to go spoilers now?
I don't know, because are we itching to get into the spoiler section?
Well, all my points are kind of semi-spoilers.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, that's fine, because I guess, it's like for those who haven't seen Thor Ragnarok, go see Thor Ragnarok right now.
You're making very big marks on the recording.
No, it's emphasizing that they need to see that.
So, what I'm going to say is, we're going to do spoilers. It might take probably... How long do you think it's going to take for spoilers?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to say...
This is the spoiler section. Spoiler section. I'm going to say
it's going to last 20 minutes. Come back around 50-minute mark, if that exists. If not, I would say 50. If that exists. If it's not 50 minutes, then you're lost.
We shall see. Okay, Tim, what you got for spoiler section in Thor Ragnarok?
Okay. One thing I found interesting was... we talked about this a little bit, but Hela's infinite knives.
The infinite knives? The
infinite knives. So, in that scene when she's up with all the guys, she's like, I'm the goddess of death. She was like, who are you? And she like...
Yeah. And Did you not listen to a single thing I just said?
And then the spaceships come in, and then she just throws like 30 knives out of her one sleeves. And it just kills them instantly. I'm like, why do you have infinite knives?
Okay, actually, hold on. I pulled up something here about it.
Oh, you're pulling up something about infinite knives?
Yeah, it's limitless astral projection.
Oh, astral. So it's astral.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah.
How am I supposed to know that when I'm just an average...
Well, I didn't know that before the movie, but I looked it up.
Oh, okay.
I just did some reading. It's like Hela has vast mystical powers, which she can use for various effects, like limitless and astral projection, while retaining many of her powers' abilities, fire and deadly bolts of energy from her hands, which can age or even kill Asgardians, which we don't see exactly. But yeah, that's fine. That's this is about this comic.
So one other thing about Hela I just remembered is people have been wondering, where's the Soul Stone? And everyone's like, Hela can take the souls of men, so it's going to be Hela. We never saw it once.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so... Also, besides that with Hela and her infinite knives, she uses them to kill the Warriors 3. She shows up Asgard. Yeah. All three of them are dead. Mm-hmm. Instantly.
Yeah.
And one of them is going to play Shazam. I don't remember which one, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to play Shazam. But also, Lady Sif is in there. She's credited in the movie, if you look on Doodle. Mm-hmm. It says she's in the movie, but she's not.
Huh.
It is weird.
Yeah, because I had never seen her. By the way, the theater scene at the very beginning of the movie.
Matt Damon's my Loki.
The Matt Damon's.
Basically,
oh my gosh,
what happens is they're doing the recount of Thor: The Dark World, where Loki, quote unquote, dies.
Yeah, they're reenacting the Loki death scene, quote quote, from the Dark World. Because of course at this time Loki is pretended to be Odin in Asgard. So
he's sitting on the throne eating grapes. And then someone's playing Thor, and it's like a Chris Hemsworth kind of guy with the beard and everything. Yeah. And then there's Matt Damon as Loki. For all things of the universe.
Sam Neill as Odin. Yeah. Loden. It's Odin.
And then you have the Fate Warriors 3 and Civ in the background.
Yeah.
I was looking forward more for Samuel. But I'm fine with him being Odin. That's pretty funny.
I mean, even if it's like a completely uncredited, you just goofy thing, I find that very funny.
Yeah.
I find that very
Also, okay.
Yeah, because it gets started with humor right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. All right. What do you want? What point do you want to bring about Thor Ragnarok?
Oh, that opening fight sequence.
Oh, that was pretty good.
That opening fight, yeah. When you have "Immigrant Song" from Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Playing in the beginning. But what I liked a lot about it, because we had seen up to this point,
Giant Searcher.
Thor doing action stuff.
Yeah.
What I liked about the specific, like the camera work that what they were doing with the hammer, how the camera would like follow the hammer around, and then when Thor called it back, it would still be following the hammer all the way back to Thor. Like different kind of uses for the hammer, or stuff that we had seen before, but like used in like even funnier ways, like when he puts the hammer in that dragon's mouth
to stay.
It's like, because obviously there's the thing, we saw him put the hammer on Loki in the first Thor,
just
to try and stop the Bifrost, and then because it's like it's good, it still has its uses, because like he does it like in the middle of like trying to struggle, and then he just puts the hammer in the mouth as the dragon just collapses onto the ground, and he's like, stay. That was a very entertaining.
That was pretty entertaining. Okay, so my computer turned off for a second, so we may have lost a tiny bit of audio, but that's fine. So also, I'm going to tell you guys, I already told Ian, but Searcher is voiced by the guy that does Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
And he's quite menacing, honestly.
Yeah.
He has a very deep, gravelly voice.
Yeah.
And you don't expect that from Mr. Krabs, who in recent episodes of SpongeBob that my siblings were watching, I saw, he is washing his car and he's wearing his daughter's shorts that come up up to here, and so they're like ripped off, and he's like a white tank top, and it's like gross. But
we should go back to Thor Ragnarok before it gets any grosser.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, we're back.
All right. So what else do you want to talk about? I have my points, but
you can go ahead with your next.
Okay.
Thing. Yeah.
My next point is just Jeff Goldblum.
For those of you that don't know, Jeff Goldblum
is the Grandmaster.
He claims to play the Grandmaster. But if you've been paying attention, you know that Jeff Goldblum is playing Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, he really is playing Jeff Goldblum.
Which is fine, because that was any scene with Jeff Goldblum. You knew that it was going to be.
Honestly, one of my favorite parts of that movie was when, they would announce stuff like, "Oh, the great champion's been taken by the Lord of Thunder," and he's just like the giant hologram, and he's just like. It's like he's not even reading a script. They said, okay, so your great champion's been taken by this guy you don't really like anymore.
Yeah, Goldblum improv basically everything that he had in Thor.
Which is basically what you give Goldblum. I mean, what else are you just going to give Goldblum? Lines? No.
No.
But yeah.
He's a chaotician.
But the thing is, he's a DJ. He melts a man in front of Thor. Where he's like, you're pardoned from life.
And he's like, I don't want to get this.
He's like, it smells.
Of course, Thor gets to watch that. And then the freaking introduction, where it's that that play on that thing from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, and
you were about to meet the grad. It even has the music from that.
It has the music from Chocolate Factory. It's amazing. And then he's like screaming, and it feels it's just like. It's just kind of like a projection in his head.
Right.
And so he's just kind of sitting there screaming, and everyone else is just in the room staring at him, and he's like. Okay, yeah, he's over.
Yeah, it's like, what have you brought me today? Tell me. And there was the
Lord of Thunder.
Lord of Thunder thing.
Be careful about his hands. And
Asperg. Asperg. How you mispronounce it. We got to get you back to Asperg. Asgard.
And then the Lord of Thunder is like, I am the God of Thunder, and he has a
God of Thunder.
His tiny little. Sparks in his things like, ooh, nice try, Lord of Thunder. And he says in the arena fight when he's about to go fight Hulk, I thought it was pretty funny. He's like, careful with his hands, he'll shock you. And then that was pretty good. Oh, okay.
But the post credit scene at the very end.
Oh yeah.
Where it's just like you can't have a revolution without someone to overthrow. So you're welcome, and it's a tie.
Well. You see a lot of people are like, oh, the Grandmaster's dead. But if you know about the comics, which I didn't until after I looked it up, but as a Grandmaster being celestial, he has the power to just kill anyone by
Oh, okay. So
magic just by thinking it.
He's fine.
He's fine.
Okay.
He probably won't show up unless he's with the Collector again, because the Collector seemingly can't die for some reason, because he's also celestial.
Right.
But if he comes in another scene, it has to be like the Collector's and it's like rubble of crap, and there's Cosmo the dog, and he's just kind of like sitting there, Grandmaster.
So they are defined as Celestials?
Yeah, both Celestials.
So what the heck is Ego's problem?
I don't know.
Why didn't he just get the Collector or the Grandmaster to help with him?
Well, the Celestials as the Collector and the Grandmaster are quite different, because like you saw in like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 how he talked about Celestials and they were huge, but
Right.
he's just a tiny Celestial, and so is Grandmaster. They're brothers.
Yeah.
In the comics, they're like biggest planets.
Well,
as well.
and then again, I'd highly doubt that Ego could convince any of the other Grandmasters to be like, hey, you want to make the universe all about me?
Yeah,
Because
no.
they would be like, well, I could picture the Grandmaster being like, well, in the Jeff Goldblum fashion, well, let's make it about me.
Yeah, no. If we're gonna make anything, it's about me, you know, because I'm Jeff
See,
Goldblum.
on Sakaar, I'm
that's
thousands
good.
of years old. If I were anywhere else, I'd be.
Not 1,000 years old.
Well, it doesn't say that. There's just that long, sustained silence, and Thor's like, and it says nothing.
Oh yeah, let's see. But yeah, and then so if I want the Collector and the Grandmaster meet up, Collector's like in his rubble with Cosmo the Dog, probably drinking wine. The Grandmaster comes up, probably with like frizzled hair and maybe like just like holes through his suit, and he just kind of like walks up and he's like, they just kind of like look at each other and just like no talking. And there's Howard the Duck just kind of walks in as well, because you gotta have Howard the Duck.
You have to have Howard the Duck in something.
Yeah, you have to have Howard the Duck in something. All right. So, any other points from you? Because I have one more point. I'm going to rant about it. So you better get to your point before I rant about my point.
All right. Yeah, I know what the impending rant is going to be. So I'm going to try to think of something. The Odin scenes. Those were good.
Oh yeah.
Those were good feel
also,
moments.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange's got his weird like latex gloves on.
Yeah, he goes because of his hand condition.
Well, he may be hiding it, or maybe it's just kind of like, I'm a doctor. I wear latex gloves.
I'm a doctor, Mr. Doctor.
We're not referencing the movie right now. We're doing Thor Ragnarok.
Well, I mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Well, like when Loki's finally let out of that thing, I've been falling for 30 minutes, and it's
Pretty good.
yeah, it's
Pretty good.
I mean, I'm glad it wasn't overdone. It was just the right amount of
Doctor Strange.
Of Doctor Strange. Just
Right amount of Earth, honestly.
Right, yeah. So
The 15 minutes of Earth.
Yeah, roughly.
And like 2 minutes of them where Thor is like looking at Odin when he's dead.
yeah, I did like those Odin scenes.
Yeah, when like
especially.
when he goes into the Odin Force or whatever it's called, because like there's a certain like thing when Odin dies of the comets, like his power's still there, and that's what he's tapping into. Odin's dead. Odin's gone. His power's still alive,
His
and that's
power's
what
still there,
that's why he's able to see his father, because his power's in him now. It's like the Odin Force or something.
Okay.
And so he's
Yeah.
like, his father's. I'm pretty sure this is right. His father's like, hey, I'm kind of still here. I'm gonna give you this power, and so another spoiler. He has his eye cut out, which makes him more like Odin.
Yes.
But this also happens in the comics. He also gets his eye cut out.
Did you get eye patch?
Yeah. He basically.
Sorry, excuse me. It's the official Asgardian golden eye patch.
Yeah. With the comics, I told you this before, but Odin dies, he kind of becomes Odin, and then people start to worship him, and he meets the Church of Thor.
Right. Yeah. You had mentioned this to me before.
Yeah, after when the theater was over.
Yes.
Do you want to see the Church of Thor in the movies?
No, I don't.
Like we don't need a religious debate in our Marvel
I
movies.
do not. No, let's not do that.
There was kind of a political debate in Civil War, wasn't there?
Well,
Sort of.
There's sort of a political debate in Winter Soldier as well.
I haven't watched Winter Soldier for years, so
But but it is Civil War is like if you're willing to sacrifice freedoms for protection. That's what you're.
That's the thing. Yeah.
But anyway, Thor Ragnarok is a less serious movie.
Yeah, it is. They have
Which is fine. I totally love it.
They have a portal there that's going to take them back to Asgard called the Devil's Anus.
The Devil's Anus.
I didn't really laugh at that. I'm just kind of like
I wondered how many times they had to shoot that sequence.
well, probably a lot.
With the actors. It's like all right, we're going right into Devil's Anus.
But Mark Ruffalo was only on set for 2 weeks, and he also does the voice for Hulk in the motion capture for Hulk's face. So that means Hulk stuffed like 2 weeks.
Yeah. And then of course the rest of the time is just getting all the CG right.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a lot of work.
Yeah, there's a lot of work.
Kudos to Industrial Light and Magic Visual Effects Studio for creating that.
Anything else you want to talk about the movie? We are approaching the 15-minute mark.
Are we now?
Yeah.
Do I need to leave room for your rant?
Oh no, my rant's not going to be too long. Because there's I will talk about how bad I am.
Here, go ahead and start your rant, and I'll think if there's anything else I'd like to conclude.
Basically, Ian might talk with me but my favorite Marvel character is Beta Ray Bill. And he is in the Thor Ragnarok storylines a lot. Actually, he's introduced by being chased down by Searcher, but he was not in this movie. The only thing we got was in Sakaar. There was a giant building that had his face on it. It was where the champions are. And that was my least favorite part of the movie. Just because they put that statue there. Basically, Beta Ray Bill was an alien that was able to pick up Thor's hammer, beat the crap out of him. Mm-hmm. Odin said, Beta Ray Bill won the hammer. Odin said, we'll decide with the fight to the death. They fought to the death on a blank planet, so much so that almost broke the planet in half, both of them fighting without, none of them had weapons. They just fought fist to fist. And then the final scene, and it's Thor and Beta Ray Bill that punch each other, and they both fall over at the same time. But Beta Ray Bill's alien species gets powered up when there's heat around them. They're on a lava lake. So Beta Ray Bill gets up, grabs Thor by the tape, is about to drop him in the lava lake, then says, nah, never mind. He put up a good fight. He's a very good warrior. Brings back to his dad and says, give me the hammer, I won. And then Odin's like, let's give you your own hammer.
Oh, okay.
So basically, Beta Ray Bill has his own hammer sword called Stormbreaker that has kind of axe part on it. And he doesn't have the restrictions of Thor. He doesn't have to be worthy to hold a hammer. So basically, there's a storyline.
How does Thor feel about this?
I don't know. Basically, there's a storyline where he fights Galactus by himself called God Killer. And he can't fight Galactus physically. So he's like, if I can't kill Galactus with my hammer, then he'll starve. So he takes his hammer and cracks a planet in half. Yeah. So Galactus starves. Wow. He also beats up the Silver Surfer.
Oh. Well, that's fun.
Silver Surfer comes to find a new planet. He beats him up.
Beta Ray Bill likes to beat up people.
Yeah.
He
was also in the Planet Hulk storyline, in some versions of the storyline. I know there's an animated movie. He was in that. You know Tord was in this movie?
Yes.
In the Planet Hulk animated movie, Tord was part of a team that was sent to conquer planets. They went to Earth, and they found Thor, and he started beating up their robot made to kill armies. Yeah. And then Beta Ray Bill came in and took his hammer and cracked, because they're made of rots. He hit a guy and just made him explode. And then Tord ran to his spaceship, and Beta Ray Bill followed. And then went to Sakaar with them, and got a chip on his chest. Yeah. Because in the movie, they have a chip on their neck that's small, but in the animated movie, they have a big chip on their chest. Right. And so basically, he has to fight Hulk. And he's so successful, he gets Hulk to lose a tooth and knocks Hulk out for a second. But then Hulk has a knife and throws at Beta Ray Bill's chest and knocks off the chip. And Beta Ray Bill's like, I'm free. Thank you. And then Hulk jumps on him and starts beating his face in. And then because the chip makes you fight, only people with other chips, they say, stop, Hulk, stop. Mm-hmm. Just leave him alone. And Beta Ray Bill's just... Which kind of makes me sad, but I realize Beta Ray Bill could really defeat him, but he just stopped fighting. So that's why he lost.
I guess I can sort of see the reason for your rant here, because Beta Ray Bill is involved in both Ragnarok storylines and Planet Hulk storylines.
But the thing is, they did say he was supposed to be in the movie. Mm-hmm. Kevin Feige came out and said he was supposed to be in the movie. But guess what? They said they couldn't do the character justice. So
that's fair.
That is fair.
That's fair. Honestly. Because I would rather have him appear another time and have him
Beta Ray Bill solo
good justice for the character.
Beta Ray Bill solo movie.
I would rather have that than have him be in Thor Ragnarok in a very
small cameo, yeah.
Yeah, small cameo that doesn't do the character justice.
Yeah.
Actually, I did think of something. I have something now.
We're approaching the 15-minute mark, so hurry up.
Yeah. So Tim, what Infinity Stone are we missing?
The Soul Stone.
Right. Mm-hmm. Do you think it's the Eternal Flame?
Probably not. There's been a theory going on that's been confirmed, or that's been slightly confirmed, that all the Infinity Stones are things that contain the letter Thanos. You have one that's in the Tesseract. You have one that's in the Aether. One that's in the necklace. The Doctor Strange necklace.
Yes.
Then there's one that's Strange, in the
Loki's staff.
Loki's staff. The orb.
The orb, the Power Stone, yep.
The one right. The orb, and then there's the staff, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the S.
which
so
Vision currently
we're missing
has.
the H, which is probably it's still Hela somehow, but we don't know.
So which is I don't know which is why I kind of think it's the Eternal Flame a little bit, because there's some connection there. By the way, I did like that as well when they get into the vault.
Yeah.
When Hela goes into the vault, and like there was that thing in the first Thor movie. When you see the Infinity Gauntlet in the background,
whoa,
and you're just like, wait, what if it's there? And then there was that post-credit scene in Age of Ultron
where he steals it,
and they were just like, well, what's up with that? I guess that was just an Easter egg, and then it's finally clarified in Thor Ragnarok when Hela just puts it fake, and I'm just like, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
All right, so is there anything else you want to bring up?
Carl Urban.
Who's that?
Yeah, he played I don't know the name of the character. I forget the name of the character.
Was it the one that had the Dis and Troy?
Yes, Dis.
Behold my stuff.
Behold. I can't do his voice.
I got my two machine guns, Des and Stroy. Put them together, they destroy. That guy was awesome.
I'd like him.
He was also in the movie with Kate Blanchett, Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'd seen a meme where when elves go bad, they go Marvel villain bad.
Huh.
And it was a picture because you had Hugo Weaving, who is Red Skull. He was one of the elves.
He was. I can't remember his name for the life of me.
The actor who's Ronan.
Mm-hmm.
He was an elf in Lord of the Rings, and then of course Kate Blanchett as well. So there's all that stuff.
Yeah.
Fun times.
All right. So, do you want to finish up the spoilers? Is that good?
I'm good.
All right.
I mean, because we could talk about this for a long time, but
all right. Spoilers are done. So we're going to get into our last department, which has nothing in it. The HR department, which is human resources.
Yeah.
Basically, we have a request for you guys out there. If you have any stuff you want to ask us,
any
questions, any fan questions, I guess, if any of you are fans, if anyone listens, send us a question. I'm going to post this on YouTube probably Saturday morning or Friday night, which is tonight. And and then
day of recording.
And then it'll be on the official the IT department podcast YouTube. Mm-hmm. I'll try to get it on Spotify, possibly, maybe some other websites.
Yeah.
And then I'll submit it to iTunes. But iTunes takes a while to get it on there.
Yeah.
But we'll get it on there.
That's what HR department is. That's if you have any fun questions. Obviously, for the first podcast, we have no questions, which is fine. So we look forward to having any questions.
Yep. Well, if you have any questions, we do have an email. It's Gmail, where they can email us.
Yeah.
It's the IT. It's the then capital IT department pod @gmail.com. So just send us an email there.
I'm going to verify that. I think you're right though.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Yeah.
So basically, and if I upload this to YouTube and I'm wrong, I will put the actual email address down there.
Yeah, put it in the description. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right.
Or on the about place.
Or in the about place, yeah.
Anyway.
All right. So that's it for the IT department this week.
In memory of Mjolnir.
How dare you say that?
Well, you know what, Tim? Here's music.
All right. Goodbye.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done now. Bye.